From the economic point of view, look at the dilemma. Imagine that nuclear energy were a source of energy that had no military application whatsoever. There's no way to use it militarily. The challenge for nuclear energy would be the same as we have for other so-called alternative energy sources, solar, hydro, wind, and so on. The challenge would be to make it affordable, competitively priced, that is, safe and reliable. That is, we would build plants that would be cheap enough to build. They would be safe. The fuel itself would be cheap. It would be an adequate supply. Its supply would be reliable, including the transportation, and we would know how to dispose of the waste problem. These are big problems. I would argue they're a lot bigger than the other alternative sources of energy. How would we then go about trying to solve those problems? Again, as an economist, you would say, well, you need to maximize the number of people involved in trying to solve the problems and do it competitively. The more countries that were working on these problems, the more scientists, the more engineers working on them, the better. We would certainly encourage as many as possible private companies and private entrepreneurs to get involved. And very basically, economic efficiency would dictate a maximum of openness and mobility, not just of capital, but also of labor, scientists, engineers, cross national boundaries, a mobility of ideas, technological transfer. These are all things we welcome in other areas of the economy. However, of course, these are exactly the things that we cannot welcome, we must prohibit, in effect, when it comes to this particular energy source. So in other words, we cannot tackle these major problems in civil nuclear power in the economically most efficient way, because we cannot afford to proliferate the knowledge, technology, and materials that are essential to the civil nuclear power programs because they all represent risk of weapons proliferation.